So I was having a problem with Mac OS 10.11 Capitan and having to do with the dock being unresponsive and apps kind of acting odd. I couldn't minimize apps, app switcher, command tab wasn't working, and a bunch of other things. Couldn't figure out what the problem was, and it all started with the installation of Capitan. And I thought it was originally because I installed the beta. I actually did a reinstall. Nope, same problem. And someone commented on a previous video I did on this, and we both had the same problem. That person figured out what it was, and I wanted to share the solution here in case anyone else runs into this. Now, the issue was when the dock is responsive, so everything looks great. So anytime I would launch any app, let's say like TextMate, the dock, see, it's gone, won't come up. And if I try to minimize this app, nothing happens. I'll eventually get a pinwheel spinning. I'm going to try Command Tab to use the app switcher. Nothing. That doesn't work either. Bunch of other things. So then you keep working, and you're working with other apps, and it starts lagging. And then all of a sudden, in about 2 minutes or so, it frees up, figures out whatever the issue was, and your app disappears, and your dock suddenly becomes responsive. It's terribly frustrating. So we couldn't figure out what that issue was. Now, what the solution was, or what was causing the problem, is right here. I have an alias to a shared network drive. Now, this network drive is on a network at the office, and so right now I'm working from a different network that doesn't have access to that shared network drive. So that's what's causing the problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the network that has the shared network drive on it. This will probably take a second. Let me quit out of TextMate, and we'll try this test again. Okay. Now we'll go and launch TextMate. Yep. Now see, it works fine. That's great. And that's because I'm connected to the network that has that shared network drive. So what must be happening is when you're not connected to the network that has that network drive, or maybe it's maybe it'll happen if you have a shortcut to a server or an alias to a server, whatever. It's trying to connect to this alias for some reason. And you'll notice that it actually mounted that drive for me. I didn't ask for it to mount, but anytime I launch an app, it just goes ahead and mounts it. So I don't know if that's an issue. I don't know if that's normal behavior. Maybe I just never noticed it in the past. Let me eject that. And the solution really was just remove it from the dock, keep one on your desktop, and it seems like everything's fine. So now if I go back to a different network, again, I'm not connected to the network this time that has this shared network drive. It's not in my dock. Let me quit out of TextMate. We'll run this test again. Launch TextMate. Everything's fine. You can minimize. App switcher works. So that's really the solution. If you're running into this issue, and check your dock, see what you have in here. You might have a shared network drive. I don't know if it's like a time machine drive, or just this happens to be just some LaCie NAS device that's just sitting in a closet somewhere. That's probably what the problem is. So that's the solution, and I hope it helps you.